Hey everybody, hope you're having an awesome day. Hey, so we're gonna do something special today. But before we get started, could you do me something? Do me a favor. Sorry about that. Could you do me a favor? Could you like the video? Go down, subscribe, hit that little bell icon right next to it. Be greatly appreciated. It would be really beneficial to me in providing these updates for you and this information, as well as these cooking videos. I'm hoping you're enjoying them. If you're enjoying them and you'd like to continue to see more of them, please help me to let YouTube know that you like them and you'd like to see more of them. I'd really appreciate it. So let's get through with today's video. So today was going to be actually a part 2 from what you saw. If you saw the Fathead dough pizza video, if you didn't see that, or Fathead dough video. If you didn't see that one, I'll put the link down below. Go back and look at that one to learn how to make the Fathead dough, and I think that will help you. So what we're going to do today is we're going to make a Fathead dough lasagna. So basically, instead of using noodles, we're going to use the Fathead dough from the previous video that I made and use those for the noodles instead. So again, all we're going to do here is we're going to start off by grounding the hamburger. All right, so we're just going to get the hamburger going. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but let you get started. You kind of get you an idea of what's going to be in this. Again, I'm going to get a paper towel here. Hold on. So this is you can season hamburger any way you want, right? So I'm a pretty plain person, somewhat. I don't like a lot of stuff in it, but so as we get going with this and start getting it up, I break it up. Again, this is just about a pound. I'm gonna say it's about 1.5 pounds of ground hamburger, 85% ground chuck that I use. So it has a fair amount of fat in it that I like. And because I'm trying to get that fat in my diet. So as this gets cooking, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of garlic into it because I like the taste of garlic. If you've seen in my past videos, you've seen that. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of garlic on it. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of onion powder on it. I'm going to put a little bit of pink salt on it. And I'm going to put a little bit of crushed peppers on there. I mean, I shouldn't say, just some black peppers. So I'm going to take my pepper mill and put it on there. So that's all I do. I mean, you can do anything you want. You can put basil, you can put thymes, you can put anything on there that you want. So I'm just going to ground this all up, brown it all up. I'll come back and I'll show you once it's all browned up, what we're going to do next. All right. So see you in a few minutes. All right, everybody. The ground beef is all done. So I cooked it, and now I will tell you, if you want, and realistically, if you wanted to, you could make this half sausage and half ground sausage, half ground beef. I used the ground beef because that's what I had on hand, and I was too lazy to go to the store and get some sausage to put in. But generally, that's what I would do. So we're going to take the next step here. That's all ready to go in. I did turn my oven on. It's all preheated to 375. So we'll get that ready. So we're going to take some of this. This is ricotta cheese, about 8 ounces of ricotta cheese. I put it in here. I'm going to break an egg into it, throw an egg into it, and then we're going to mix it up a little bit together. Now I will say that if you want, you can season this however you like. Put some basil in it, some Italian seasoning as well to give it some extra flavor. I'm going to actually put a little bit of garlic seasoning into it. Again, I'm a big garlic person, so I'm going to put a little bit, just a little bit, just a pinch of it in, mix it in. And then our ricotta is all set to do. Then we're going to take our little pan. I'm going to set this aside so you can see the pan here. And we're going to take the pan next. And I'm going to use some Ra's homemade marinara sauce. So that's the sauce I use almost all the time. There's a few others out there that are pretty good too. I make sure that I read the labels. So on this, you'll see that if you read the label on here, I don't know if I can find it. So that the ingredients are just whole peeled tomatoes, olive oil, onion, salt, garlic, basil, black pepper, and oregano, and that's it. And this has enough seasoning in it so that if I don't put the seasoning into the cheese, I still get seasoning and it tastes good. I just don't want to be overpowered by the oregano and the basil. So we're going to open that. We're going to line the bottom of this with a layer of the sauce. We're going to thinly spread it across the bottom. It's actually a pretty easy recipe. I'm not a big person to get involved with a lot of really deep, hard recipes. I'm not a chef. I'm not a cook. I'm just a hack in my living room. I mean, in my kitchen, I should say. Generally, the cooking here is really my wife. She's the one that does all the great cooking. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of this cream cheese on here. Again, I'm going to spread it over a little bit really lightly. I'm going to put it in spots and let it melt out. So that's the way I'm going to do it. And then on top of that, I'm going to take some of the ground beef and sprinkle that on the top. And I'm going to try to get 2 or 3 layers out of this. We'll see how many layers I get out of it. So, and then on top of that, I'm going to put my noodles. So again, this is where it comes in. Again, I took the flathead dough that I made yesterday, I should say I made a little while ago, and I kind of cut it into the squares. So that's going to go into the pan, and that's going to be my my noodles, right? So I'm going to use the flathead dough as my noodles. So then I'm going to go in after I put that first one in. I'm just going to kind of repeat the whole thing all over again. I'm going to put more sauce all over it. Now this is part of our meal prep for the week as well, so we will take this and make probably 3 or 4 meals out of it. So for the 2 of us, and we'll have it tonight for dinner, and then we'll have it probably 1 or 2 nights this week. On top of that, too. Now I'm going to pick and I'm going to start spreading some I should have probably done it in the first layer and I didn't. I have some mozzarella cheese too, and I'm just going to sprinkle that in as I feel needed. Again, I probably should have put a bunch of that in the first layer and I didn't, so that was bad on my part. Like I said, I'm no cook, so I do keep a menu here. I mean, a recipe next to me just so that I can recall when I forget things. And I forget things quite a bit. So that's layers in. I'm going to put another layer in. Again, a flathead dough. And some of this I think we put in a little bit too thin. So I think we should have gone on just a little bit thicker with the noodles, but I should say with the fathead dough. Yeah, and in this part I put the cheese on the top first just because I don't have much yet, and I wanted to make sure I kind of get it all over the place. And so that's all of that. I'm going to put the sauce on there. Again, I'm going to use this whole jar up. And that's the end of the jar. Spread it around a little bit. And then again, I'm going to put some mozzarella on the top. Again, you can put as much as you want or as little as you want. You want to mix something else in it with some Parmesan or something else like that as well, you can. Hey, if you have other suggestions, I know I already had somebody else suggest to me another way of making a lasagna. And my wife and I have been talking about it. Maybe we'll try that one day. So if I don't remember the call, I hate to say it, but I don't remember the name. But if I do it, I make sure that I'll go in and back and look and see who gave me the idea. And you know what I forgot? I forgot to mix the rest of the meat in. So I'm going to put some more meat on the top here. Boy, that's really been a strange day for me. So. So I just get all the meat on there too as well. Then I'm going to just kind of put a little more cheese on top of the meat just to make sure it all blends in. All right. So I'm just going to take a piece of foil over the top of this. We're going to throw this in the oven for about 25 minutes and let it cook. Then after about 25 minutes, we're going to take the top off, and then we're going to let it cook for the final 10 minutes with no cover on it. So tell me, How many times did I make a mistakes? Can you count them and let me know in the comments down below? I'd appreciate it, just to see whether you're paying attention or not. Hey, we'll come back in about 25 minutes. We'll check it out and we'll take the cover off and see what it looks like. And hopefully my little stick here will turn the thing off. All right, everybody, here's what it's gonna look like. Hopefully it looks good. We'll take a peek. So that's the way it looks. So I'm going to take this out. Oh, sorry, put my finger over the camera. I'm going to take this out. Hold on a second. All right, that's what it looks like. I'm hoping it tastes as good as it looks, because it looks pretty good to me. So, we'll let you know. We're going to let it cool for a few minutes. And then we'll take it out and we'll do the test, and we're going to have our dinner. After that, we'll go through the macros when we do the taste test and see how it goes. All right, guys, we're going to try to cut this. It's still pretty warm, but we're hungry and we want to eat. so we're going to cut this and see how it comes out. Huh? I'm going to get a... Oh, so I'm going to get a different slicer. This is the cake slicer. She's telling me it'll be a lot easier to get it out, so... All right, so I'm going to show you what it looks like up front on the plate. So you can see. Hopefully you can see. All right. So it looks good. It looks really good. It smells great. So let's see if I can do this without burning my mouth. My put on it is, it's a thumbs up. It's a good one. It's really good. That's all I can say. It's really, really good. So, so try it. Tell me what you think. If you make it. Again, if we go through this, now this will make about 8 servings. I'm saying I use less meat and I use less of the noodles and we don't have a 13 by 9 pan, so I use a much smaller plate. I think it's like 8 by 7 or something like that. So I use a smaller one, so I cut the portion size down a little bit to accommodate that. But this has 52 grams of fat, has 11 total carbs in it, 2.98 grams of fiber in it. It's got 38 grams of protein in it. So the total net carbs are 8.3 on it. So it's definitely a good meal. Again, it's a complete meal. You don't have to have anything else with it. With that said, hopefully you guys are going to have an awesome day. I know I had a really great day today, even though I messed up a couple times in my deal. Hey, and if you tell me how many times below, how many times you think I messed up, and I'll tell you whether you're right or wrong. All right. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.